Hello, everyone. This is Bhavna Bhatia from Math Scientist. Happy Dashera to everyone out here. And we welcome all my YouTube fans, basically, and all the clients and people who want to see their kids being in a right etiquette, having good manners, and how to behave socially well. So we have again a wonderful speaker today. That is Farida. She is a nice. Amazing, I would say. An extraordinary. Yes, I can see a big smile on her face. Yeah, so before starting with the introduction, I guess before me telling anything, we should hear from her only that, what kind of person we have invited today. So all the viewers who are here, they get excited. So Farida, would you like to give your introduction to everyone?
Oh, that would be really nice. Anyways, you were doing a wonderful job. Thank you so much for inviting me on this platform. You all are doing a wonderful job with the math scientists, and I'm sure you all have already created a lot of kids who are interested in science, because science is something which many kids are very curious about. So you're doing a great job, and I am honored to be here. A very happy Dashera to one and all. It's such a wonderful day today and an auspicious day. So thank you for inviting me. And like you rightly said, I am an etiquette coach for kids, an image consultant, and a soft skills trainer. It is my passion and love for children that inspired me to start Kidiket. And yes, today we are going to be talking about importance of manners and etiquette, and how children can actually show their manners and etiquette and create a very good impression, not just with the adults, because it's the adults who normally trying to judge the children, but even try to make new friends.
Right. So this is a very important topic for kids and all the parents out there, because manners, how a kid behaves in social way, or even if there's a family get together, it's very important that a child is not picking up phone and starting any random video or a photo, and keeping aside just talking, simply talking to all the adults and their age kids is very important, because generally what people are facing, the kids what are the parents what are facing right now is the same problem, that when we are not allowing them to see anything on the phone, they start the lot of noise, they start making a lot of noise, and what else they do. A lot of things. So we are going to get lot of information from Farida today. So yes, Farida, so what are your outcomes for that? So what do you speak
So,
on as an etiquette?
So first of all, see, manners and etiquette is not just restricted to when you go out and the way you behave. It all starts from home. So when you inculcate good manners at home, you will carry that wherever you go. And another misconception that most people have is that etiquette is all to do with aristocracy and the way you eat, maybe eat with a chopstick and all. Many parents ask me, when you're doing your dining etiquette, are you teaching chopsticks? It's not important how you eat, but most important thing about manners is that you are kind, considerate, and you make the opposite person also feel happy and comfortable to be with you. So,
Right.
and when kids are ill mannered, unfortunately, the fingers point directly at the parents. Okay, so
Yeah.
it even though the parents say, I tell my child everything, सब कुछ सिखा के मैं आई थी, but the child misbehaves, and the fingers don't point at at the child. Unfortunately, it points directly at the parent, and then to the teacher, and then to the school. Right? So manners is not only about where you behave outside, but everything starts from home. It's all about respect, how you treat the other person, and making the other person also wants to be with you and want to be your friend. And coming to what you said, see, when we were kids, at least when we grew up, we never had all these gadgets, and also there was no choice but to make friends. And making friends was such a good thing. Nowadays, kids find it difficult to make friends. So whenever I'm doing my workshops, also I ask them the first thing, that many of you all go for birthday parties, sleepovers. What if you are invited to a birthday party where you don't know anybody other than just the host? Okay, and normally the host is always busy. They'll take the present, they'll greet you. Then what do? You, as a child, you need to make friends, and that is where your social skills, your social etiquette comes in place. So how do I make friends? I don't know anybody. So many kids do say that I will go and introduce myself, but many the other children are very shy. If you're saying that they are sitting with the phone, that's the worst thing to do for a kid. Okay, when they're growing up, they need to make as many friends. If you ask them how many friends do you want to make, some will give me an answer, I want to make 100 friends. Somebody will say, I want to make 200 friends, I want to make everybody my friend. But how will you make those friends unless and until you don't approach them and you don't speak to them? So it has to be inculcated from childhood. So if you grow up and you are still shy that I'm going to let somebody come and be my friend or talk to me, then you'll always remain like that. And as an adult, you'll have problems when you are networking. So for a kid, this is the best time. When they go to a party and they don't know anybody, they should make new friends. And the best way to make new friends is you do a self introduction. So a simple way to do a self introduction is, I'm going to show them. You need to first make sure that you have a very good handshake. Okay, a handshake. No.
Second, I'll just make you a solo thing so that everyone can see you really well. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good. So, a handshake is the most important thing when you introduce yourself. Okay, and a good, nice, firm handshake will make the opposite person feel that you're so confident and would want to make friends with you. Okay, so first thing, handshake is always made with the right hand. Okay, so I want you all to look at your right hand, the right palm, and all of us have a web. This is a web of the hand. Okay, so the web of your hand meets the opposite person's web of the hand, so it actually interlocks over here. And then you don't put too much of pressure. It's a gentle handshake. Okay, but you need to hold it a little tight, and then you pump it twice. One, two. When you're pumping it, you pump it from your elbow. So if I am standing like this, my handshake will always be in this. My hand is going to be straight, and I do a handshake from my elbow, not from my shoulder. Okay, and it has to be nice and firm, so for the opposite person to really feel welcome, and that is the way you break the ice or you make your first introduction. So you will always, so I'm going to just show you. Stand like this and you shake hands. Hello, my name is Farida, pleased to meet you. And then you can ask the person, may I know your name, or please can I have your name? Mostly whenever you first handshake and say hello, the opposite person is directly going to say, okay, the person has introduced themselves, I also need to introduce. So if it was Farida, I am Farida, and the opposite person is going to say, hi, I am Bhavna. Okay, so that's how you start with the very first introduction. Okay, if you fail to do this, you will not be able to make new friends. You will be stuck with your old ones, and sometimes you want to make new friends. Old friends also tend to get bored, and they also want to move on, and they also want to make new friends. So this is one way you start a conversation. You introduce yourself, you say, my name is, I'm pleased to meet you, what's your name? That's how you start with your pleasantries. Now when you're shaking your hands, it's two pumps, and then you take your hand back. Don't keep holding the person's hand for the entire conversation. Okay, it's just two pumps and your hand comes back to you. You don't shake your hands and start your conversation. Now after you've done the very first breaking of the ice or telling the opposite person your name, the next thing you can talk about, since it's for children, which school do you go to, how old are you? These are the things that can come in your conversation. So I'm 10 years old, I study in Manikji Cooper, or I study in Vipure High, I am in the 10th grade, or I'm in the 5th grade. And the next best thing that a child can talk about is their hobbies. Now, you will ask me, what has hobby got to do with in the introduction? Especially for kids, it's important because that is where two kids will connect. So if I like swimming and the other person also enjoys swimming, or if I am somebody who loves dancing and the opposite person, oh, I also go for dance classes, there you have a topic to talk about and you can connect. I like jazz, I like Bharatnatyam, I like Bollywood, so many things. Then you can start talking about, because normally what happens, you introduce yourself and then you're again quiet, you don't know what to talk about. So then what happens? Somebody will just move ahead or will stand there and see your face? No. So that's when you start talking about your hobbies. What do you like? Oh, I like to eat these things. I like to wear these color of clothes. I like to go out. So there are many other things that you can start talking about. Okay, so this is when you are at a birthday party, or you go to a wedding, or you go to a function where you just know the host and nobody else, or you want to actually genuinely make friends. Now, very important thing that I need to mention is that when you're exchanging pleasantries, you really need to smile. Okay, our smile is the most precious thing that God has given us. It just lights up your face, it lights up your eyes, and to see that you are genuinely smiling, you will get crow feet. Okay, so when I'm smiling, I get crow feet. Now I'm getting older, so I get more crow feet. Kids will have very little, but that's where you have that sparkle in your eyes. And when you smile, the opposite person feels so welcome that, of course, I want to be your friend, rather than somebody just saying, "Hello, my name is so and so." No, no grumpiness. A nice, sweet smile on your face, a nice tone in your voice, and that happiness and the eagerness to talk to somebody and make them your friends. All right. So this was a tip on how you can introduce. Shall I go ahead, Bhavna?
Yes, 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 definitely.
Okay, since I cannot see you around, so I'm just like, just stop me whenever I have to, and if you have to ask me any questions. All right.
Yes, yes, sure, sure, sure.
Okay, great. So coming, that was about kids exchanging pleasantries. Now, when we have, most of the times we have guests coming to our place, or sometimes when we are out with our parents, maybe we visit the mall or we go to the garden, we tend to bump into somebody known to us, right? Maybe the father bumps into his old friend or his old colleague, and the mother bumps into one of her school friends, and they start chatting. But what happens to the child? They start getting irritated. Okay, is a mummy chalo chalo, and they really don't know what to do. So here's again something that even parents need to inculcate. Normally, parents do tell the kid chalo hello bolo auntie ko. You tell them, come on, tell auntie a hello. Instead of the parent telling the child needs to understand, okay, you are meeting somebody elderly, your mother's friend or your colleague, mother's colleague or your father's colleague. You need to greet them also. Okay, most of the times the adults do say Hurry up, they do talk to the child, but the child starts feeling a little shy, or they hide behind the parent if they're really small, or most of the times they're just least interested. They'll just say hello and that's it. That is where your social etiquette is very important. Okay, so here you're getting a chance to speak to somebody who is not of your same age or who's much elder to you. You need to say hello auntie, hello uncle, how are you. At least these two things you need to say. If the aunt and uncle wants to do a handshake, you can do that now that you already know it. Otherwise, it's absolutely okay if you don't do it. But just exchanging a hello auntie, how are you, makes you feel really, really comfortable. And then if you feel that the two of them are really going on and on talking, then you can just quietly tell your mom, excuse me mom, and then you can tell her in her ears, you can tell her that aren't we getting a little late. But do not interrupt two adults who are talking. Okay, and this should not happen immediately after you've said a hello, mummy, let's go. Okay, have patience, let them talk. Even you are going to become an adult and you will also have the same things. So this is where your patience also count, and you're giving a good impression to your mother's friend or your dad's colleague. Wow, what a well-mannered child. I don't have such a well-mannered child. So that's when you're going to create a very good impression to your parents, friends as well. Great. I was so happy to see you back because I was like, I'm just talking with that screen.
I was waiting and
Yeah, so this is much better because at least I know whom I'm talking with.
yeah, definitely. So I was actually wondering, there was one parent who was asking me questions, so I was just looking and going through.
Okay.
So main thing is that they want to learn. So one of his parents, like one of the parents asked me that how to, when we are going down for playing and everything, so if we have anything in a tiffin, and nowadays corona is such a thing that it has scared everyone. Yes, that
Right.
not to share or something like that, but the basic manners, everyone, it is always to share things and then eat that way.
Yes.
So
Yes.
how to tackle that situation and how to talk to people, and like shaking hands is also now on. There's a new thing that we have to do namaste and everything. So how can kids get adapted to that, and how do we go through about
So it has to, again, I said, start at home. So when you are opening a packet, let your child open that packet and ensure that the first thing they do is offer someone in the house itself, right?
that?
So
Right,
you make your child, give the child the chocolate, and ensure that they share that chocolate. So normally it will happen with a child, with the only child. So I also have a daughter, but she's
right,
been told that when she's given something, she opens it and she first thing offers. Obviously, we don't want to take it from the child. We may take a small little bit from her, but that inculcates the manners that whenever you open your packet, the first thing you offer. And now, when somebody is offering you, you need to first say thank you. Okay, so you don't go putting your hand and removing the biggest chunk of wafers into your hand. That is absolutely bad manners, and the poor child will wonder, I shouldn't have offered it in the first place. So that's something which we need to do, to uh, tell the child that when somebody is offering you, your first response has to be no thank you. Obviously, if they're best of friends, come on, take it. That is when
right,
you say okay. And you may take one or two chips if it's a chips packet. If it is a chocolate, maybe take a small piece, not a very big piece. Let the child have their own tiffin. But yes, this is what so it has to begin at home. Okay, so if you have just if you have kids who like brothers and sisters, ensure that you do start at home. Let the brother open the packet, and before he or she can eat it, they need to offer. So if you start this at home, they will inculcate it, and it will become a habit with them. So they will not go wrong in it.
right, right, right. True. So it was really a great thing. Okay, so yeah, so there are a lot of things in manners and etiquette. So basically, your name, which is there, etiquette, it's really very interesting. So how did you come through that interesting name, etiquette?
Okay,
So yeah,
so it's
it,
basically kids etiquette. So I joined them together and I made it etiquette.
ah,
So
just
the
like
first part is kids, and the second part is the etiquette. I removed the first part of the etiquette, and I've just joined them together as etiquette.
right. So the first thing that we had discussed here is socially behaving well, proper
Yes.
communication when we are going in a parties and everything. So what are the other aspects of your workshop or anything that we go through? So what else should we take into consideration when we are going out, like that, or with a party with a friends, or any place, not particularly a party place,
Right.
but
So,
even if we are going in a school kind of stuff or anywhere.
so basically, wherever you're going out, you have to be at your best behavior. So normally children get an opportunity to do a sleepover. Sleepover is where they go to their friend's house, and all the kids are together and they spend the night together. Maybe they watch a TV, they stay up all night, they dance, they party, they do whatever. Now when you're at somebody else's place, you need to ensure that even when you're at the dining table, you eat well, and you can help the host, maybe the child's parent, that can I help you. Nobody is going to ask you to help them, but the very fact that you say, can I help you, auntie, picking up your own plate and taking it to the kitchen, again, that will not be allowed by most of the guests. They don't. Sometimes they do, but to just see how the child is really doing it. So you can clean up your place. Don't mess your place when you're eating. Help the host with clearing up the table. If you're in the room, you're playing make sure that you put all the toys together. If you're sleeping over, you have to make sure that in the morning you do your bed. And if you're using the washroom, that has to be spick and span, so you never use the washroom and leave it untidy, because you're at somebody else's place. Even at our own place we have to do it. So you have to treat that house as your own and take good care of it, so that next time the person would want to invite you again. And whenever you're leaving, it is mandatory that you tell the guest, thank you very much for having me. It would be nice if whoever the friend is would, you would like to invite them to your house. So you should always say, thank you very much for having me, it was wonderful, auntie. Now would you let Raj also come to my house, or maybe whoever the friend is, come over to their place. So it's mandatory that you extend the invitation also to your friend, provided your parents also allow that. But that's something which we should do as manners say for it. You need
Definitely.
to invite the opposite person also.
Yeah, all these manners when parents are inculcating in kids. So that is very important. That it is a very important thing that whenever you're going out, also just take a chocolate for them or taking anything for them. When you're going somewhere outside for at their place, so taking
Yes,
something
so
for them.
a
Yeah,
small gift, yeah, maybe a chocolate, or a small gift, as you're exchanging the invitation that has been given to you. How do you return it back? Like, you need to carry something with you, obviously, that goes without saying. But it's not necessary if you know the person so well. So
yeah.
but obviously when you're going for a birthday party, you definitely carry gifts, unless and until the sometimes parents do say that we don't want this gifts and all that, let the child just come and enjoy. So that's also fair enough, good enough. But in that case, I would still feel that you can write a handwritten note, a thank you note. Okay, a
Yeah.
handwritten thank you note. And kids are so creative, you can just write a handwritten note. I'm sure the host is going to love it. Okay, this is not something which I expected, that was so nice. They will keep it, they'll preserve it, and this was specially done by someone. So it's so easy to buy something, but when you do something on your own, the appreciation goes, it has its own appreciation.
They are super happy when something is with all emotions. They
Yes,
spend some money,
yes.
do some activity, so they are super happy. Yeah. So we are having an amazing time here with all our viewers. They are enjoying it and being happy listening to you, Farida. It is lovely speaking with you. So, would you like to add on anything if we talk about kids etiquette on any other topic? If you want to add on, we can.
Sure. So actually, you know what? There's a long thing that I can just go on and on. If they want, they can even attend one of my workshops, which happens over 2 days. So there are a lot of things. Now, parents often tell me that I have already told my child to do a lot of things, but if they hear it from an external person, it will be more. They will feel that, yeah, this is something which is really important. And that is so sad that our parents जो भी बोलते हैं ना, it's like, घर की मुर्गी दाल बराबर. they feel that the parent is going on saying the same thing. So don't go on repeating the same thing again and again, but maybe you can show them something, that how well mannered somebody else is if they're not listening to you. Okay, show them a video, or show them something, that this is not something which your mom and dad are only saying. These are this is what is really required. Because I always say that however educated you are, but if you lack manners, nobody is going to even stand you, or even want to look at your certificates. So manners never go out of fashion. And the more you have it, the better you're going to create an impression about others, and the more people would want to be your friend, people would want to be around you, that the person is so well mannered. So there are a lot of things that I can keep talking about. You tell me, and I can just go on and on.
That's really creative, Farida. And I guess your workshops are sounding really interesting. Uh, as these kids should know what all basic manners and etiquettes are. And talking on topics, yes, as you told me that there are so many topics that we can go on for. And I guess important topics which were there, we have taken care of that.
Yes.
Also, to add on something where, if as you told me, one of the thing where if a child is not listening to a parent, then they can show a video. If we are on in a social platform, for example, there are so many things, when kids become stubborn, nahi mujhe ye chahiye hi, you know रास्ते में थोड़ा सीन क्रिएट कर देंगे, no, I want a balloon like that, no, I need a balloon, otherwise I'm not going to go from here. So at that time, what is the action, to what is the reaction should we do for that action? How can we make
So
them understand point of time that, let's go home, be calm, and it's not that very important at that time that you need to have a balloon right now. This is
right.
actually, yeah, that way.
So,
So
at that point, when they're throwing a tantrum, you really don't know what to do. You give into it. But if you feel that this has happened only once away, it's fine. Okay, there and there, scolding the child would definitely not work. Uh, but if it happens over and over again, you need to really have a conversation with your child that whatever you're doing, you are creating a ruckus and letting the whole world know that how badly behaved you are. And do you want, so you put the whole thing on the child, that everybody around you is seeing the way you are behaving. Do you think you want what if your friend just walks by and sees you behaving like this? They would talk about this in the school. Would it look good? So at that point, you may not be able, don't shout at the child or anything. At the most, you come down to the child's level and say, hey, listen, you know what, there is something else we can look at this point of time. I don't think so you should be buying the balloon. But if it's one off, it's okay. And don't never shout at the child in front of everyone or slap them. Many a times I've seen that, the kid gets one fatak on their face, which is the worst thing to do because they will do it more. Okay.
right,
And if you keep on giving into it, then also they know that, okay, this is one way I can, trick my parents into it. I can just start crying. So you can even warn them and say, okay, this is the first and the last time you've done it. I have given into it. The next time I will not. Okay, you need to come down to the child's level and have this conversation once you go home. Okay, so on the street, there and there, it becomes difficult, because the child is definitely not in that mood, or that he will not listen to you. So there and there, it will become difficult for you to tell them. Let them also cool down. You also be keep your cool. Go home and first thing have that conversation when you both are sitting quietly, that whatever you did today was not right. It happened today. Maybe next time I'm not going to be not going to give into it. So it's just like letting them know, okay, whatever you did wasn't right.
right. So making them understand is more important, rather than
Yes,
shouting
yes,
at them or behaving bad with
yes.
them.
And make them feel that whatever you did, you think was it right? What if your teacher had to pass by? What if your friend saw you doing this? What an impression would you have created? Make them feel that, oh God, whatever I did was really not right. So
Yeah, yeah. So,
you
because
their psychology.
smart, even if we talk and gently talk with them, I guess making them understand is the best option, uh, with kids, and talking to them and making them understand that, we are friends and we can talk to each other and just finish this topic, then it is fine. Okay,
Yes.
so it was really great, Farida, for having you here. It was we got a lot of information related to kids etiquettes, manners that they should behave in, and I guess there are a lot of interesting workshops that you conduct after every 2 days. So all the details will be shared soon with all the viewers who wants to, bring in and inculcate good manners, good etiquettes with Farida here. So it was thank you so much, all the viewers. It was really lovely that you all are in here, and it was a great conversation. Thank you, Farida, so much.
Thank you. It was an honor. Thank you so much. And a happy
Thank
Dashera once again to everyone. Bye
you, yeah,
bye.
so much. Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay, so this was Farida with us from Math Scientist. We wish everyone again a very happy Dashera. So, Math Scientist brings such an amazing and wonderful activities for all your kids, and such a lovely piece of information for all the kids right there, just to develop the kids of the right age, 5 to 15 years of the kids who are there. Not only 5 to 15, I guess all the kids out there should learn the basic manners and etiquettes. Social behavior is super important. So math scientist is really happy for all the viewers out there who spent this wonderful time with us for viewing this. And thank you so much for all the other informations. For every next episode that you want to follow us, please go through our YouTube channel, Math Scientist by Bhavna Bhatia. You can go through our YouTube, you can go through our Facebook link, you can go through our Instagram, and there are so many social platforms that we are into. So please do that, and it will be lovely that if you like and subscribe our channel, it will be great. Thank you so much. Signing off, Bhavna Bhatia from Math Scientist.